Hey guys, we're going to make something super duper yummy today. It's so indulgent and so yummy and comforting, especially for these winter months. We are going to kind of transform one dish to another. You know that really yummy, hot, bubbly, warm spinach and artichoke dip that you bring to people's houses and you dip pita chips into it? I make it all the time and I get requests for it all the time. I'm turning that into a pasta with penne. So we're gonna make this dip, make the beginnings of the dip, and then we're going to toss in some penne and bake it with some breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese on top. It's going to be out of this world yummy. It's awesome. I love it. You don't want to eat it every day, but it's really good. And we're also making a couple of adjustments, kind of making it our own. Instead of frozen spinach, we're going to add fresh kale. We're going to chop the kale up, saute it on the stove with a little bit of shallot and a little bit of garlic, or actually we're going to add lots of garlic. But we're going to do that over on the stove, and then we'll add it to all the rest of our ingredients. Then we'll add our cooked penne to the ingredients and bake it off. It's going to be awesome. So let's get started. So I have some kale here. I've taken the stems out of all the leaves except for this one, and I wanted to show you. You want to take that big stem out. So we've got that over there. Let's give this a chop, and then I'll bring you over to the stove. And I'm really excited I get to use my new knife that my sister got me for Christmas. Thank you, Krista. All right. Ooh, it's nice and sharp. All right. Get that kind of chopped up into pretty small pieces. You don't want large pieces in your pasta. All right. I love kale. It's a nutritional boost also, at least for this really indulgent. Ouchie, mama, you're sharp. That's sharp. Really indulgent for this. Really gives it a nice health boost to this indulgent meal. All right, that's good. Then we'll give our garlic a nice chop, and we'll bring that over to the stove. I have a lot of garlic here. The recipe is going to call for like 3 cloves, but I have about like 6 cloves here, which is a lot of garlic. But like I always say, we like garlic in our house, and it's good for you, and it's really good in this dish. All right, we've got our garlic here. Okay, now we have a shallot. We'll just give that a little. It's so crazy how sharp this knife is. Krista, thank you so much. I have the best sister in the entire world. All right, so we have a shallot, garlic cloves, and kale. I'll meet you over at the stove, and we'll saute this in some olive oil and salt and pepper, and then I'll bring you back over to the counter and we will assemble our delicious, yummy pasta dish. Hey guys, so we're over here at the stove, and we're going to get our kale, our garlic, and our shallot going in some olive oil and salt and pepper. And I will put you down towards the stove so you can see what we're doing over here in the cutting board. So here we have our shallot. Let's get our shallot in. I can feel the pan, it's nice and hot. Here's some olive oil. You don't need too much, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan lightly. All right, let's get you in here, shallot. You could also use a red onion if that's what you have. But I have a shallot, and I like the mild flavor, and I like the soft texture. Okay. That pan looks a little hot. I'm just going to turn it down just a tad. Get that going. We'll hit it with some salt. Salt makes your onions and your shallots sweat, and plus it's seasoning. Our black pepper. I always add a lot of black pepper. Let's get our kale in here. Just a quick saute. Okay, get that going. Again, season as we go, so a little more salt for the kale. This is kosher salt, but you can use, you know, your pink salt, your sea salt. More black pepper. I absolutely love this dish, and I love this dip as well. So yummy. All right, so I think we can add our garlic now. I didn't add it before because I didn't want it to burn. Okay, so that's a ton of garlic, but the recipe really calls for 3 cloves. I'm gonna hit it with just a little more oil. Remember, you don't want the garlic to burn, because if the garlic burns, you have to start all over. It's not a pleasant flavor. Hi, honey. All right, so I'm gonna finish sauteing this, maybe 1 to 2 more minutes, and I'll meet you back over at the counter. Hi guys, we're back here at the stove with our cooled kale, sauteed kale, garlic and shallots in some olive oil with some salt and pepper. It's in this bowl, it's ready and waiting for us. So let me move my Parmesan cheese out of the way. Let's get all of our ingredients into our bowl. So I have some sour cream here, and we're gonna need about a 1/4 cup. There we go. And we need some mayonnaise, about a 1/4 cup. That's perfect. And we need our star, our other star, because it's a kale and artichoke pasta dish. So we need our artichokes. And I have canned artichokes here. All right, I gotta ask my husband to open this. All right, I got it open myself. Okay, so I have some jarred artichokes, and they're here packed in oil, but you could also use frozen artichokes that have been thawed. You could also use frozen kale that has been thawed and really drained. You wanna get all the moisture out. But I have, or you could use canned artichoke hearts. But I have my jarred ones. I like these. They have a ton of flavor, and I like it when some of the oil gets into the dish, because it has like a, how do I describe it? Like a briny, herby flavor. They're really, really yummy. Come on, you. Okay. So we've got all those. I love artichoke hearts. I love ordering grilled artichokes in restaurants. I love making them in the summer here. They can be kind of a labor of love. You know, you have to steam them first and then get the choke out, then cut them in half, cut the tips off of the leaves and get them on the grill. But I love them. And in the winter, we eat a lot of frozen artichokes and jarred artichokes. All right, get them nice and chopped, not too small. You wanna know they're in there. We'll get those in our bowl. Oopsie daisies. Amanda, I'm always making a mess. That's me, the mess maker. Okay. But if you're not making a mess, then are you really having any fun? Okay, so now we're going to need some Parmesan cheese. About 1/3 of a cup, maybe 1/2 a cup. I love Parmesan cheese, so if you want to add more, I'm not gonna, fight you on it. We need salt. We need pepper, and I'm gonna use a lot of pepper because it's the way I add heat to my food. You could also add red pepper flakes or hot sauce. That would be good too. Or whatever kind of Cholula, Tabasco, Sriracha. Actually, I don't know if Sriracha would go great in here, but so we'll give this a stir. All of these ingredients look really, really yummy. And then we'll add our penne, maybe a little pasta water to thin it out a little bit. We'll see what it looks like. And we'll put it in our beautiful dish and bake it up. Oh, I forgot my cream cheese. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me grab my cream cheese. Okay, so I've got my cream cheese in here, and we need about 6 ounces, and you wanna make sure it's room temperature so it can be completely incorporated with the rest of the ingredients. And I'm just gonna stir this up. Our penne is almost done. It's on the stove in the pot as we speak. So I'll meet you back here in a couple minutes. Hi guys, so I have my pasta here. It's al dente and it's penne, and it's perfect. It's nice and al dente. It's not overdone because it's going to cook in the oven with our sauce, with our dip. All right, so I've got everything here. I reserved, before I did anything with the pasta, I reserved half a cup of pasta water. I always do that no matter what pasta dish I'm cooking, because you never know when you're gonna need some added moisture, and this has starch in it, the starch from the pasta, so it can be used as a thickener too, and actually make a sauce with Parmesan cheese or whatever. It's perfect, and it's a secret to a lot of sauces actually. Okay, so I have my penne. I've got my delicious dip here. We're gonna pour my penne in here, kind of give it all a little stir. Very steamy. And we'll just mix that all around. And I have, also the pasta itself was cooked in really salted water. You wanna make sure you always salt your water when you're making pasta, because that's the only way to season the actual pasta itself. All right, and you know what, I'm thinking, make sure you don't have any clumps of cream cheese or anything like that, but I'm thinking I'm gonna use a little bit of the pasta water. Just a little, not the whole thing. That was maybe 1/4 cup. Okay, give that a stir. I could just eat this by itself. I don't even have to bake it, but it's even better baked. But it's so yummy. It's so good. I love this dip. But it's very indulgent. I really only make it around the holidays, or if I'm going to someone's house for Easter, or it's really like, it's so indulgent that I kind of keep it to the holidays. Hi, Pumpkin. That's okay. Oh wait, just wait one second.
I know.
All right.
The menorah is all dirty.
Okay, I think this is looking delicious, and it tastes delicious. It's almost like macaroni and cheese. All right, let's get this into our delicious, our big, beautiful casserole dish. Yes, honey.
I saw you got Snapchat.
Yes, I did. I haven't posted anything though.
It's because when you get it, because you're in my contacts, it says when you get it.
Yes, I friended my daughter on Snapchat. Big announcement. Big announcement. I have Snapchat now. I don't have any posts, and I actually don't really know how to use it. Why don't you take that somewhere, honey? But I do have it now. I was asked a lot if I had it. also got a TikTok account, but I don't have anything on that either. And I also don't know how to use that either. But I will learn. Okay, so that's good. Now let's add our breadcrumbs and our Parmesan cheese on top. And let me show you what this looks like. All right, so what did I do with my breadcrumbs? I just had them. Oh, there they are. Okay, so we're gonna put a lot of Parmesan cheese over the top. Kathleen, honey, I can hear that. Can you go in another room, honey? Now, some black pepper. Lots of black pepper. I also just like the way black pepper looks on food. I think it makes it look really appetizing. Okay, now let me go get my panko, which is right here. And this is just the perfect amount. I don't have much left. This is a really good topper for anything that you're baking that you want soft and creamy underneath and you want crunchy on the top. I also coat my crab cakes in panko. But the internal breadcrumbs in my crab cakes, which I feel like is a kind of a game changer for my crab cakes, makes them really, really yummy, is using fresh breadcrumbs. So you keep that soft interior and you don't use too many. And then the top is like nice and crispy and crunchy outside. I love that combination of different textures. Okay, so this is perfect. This is going into a 400-degree oven and it will probably go in for about 45 minutes to an hour, but I'll time it